Two separate approval systems govern almost every building project in the UK: planning permission and building regulations. They're often confused, but they cover very different things, and both matter. Here's a clear breakdown of what each one involves, when you need them, and how to avoid the delays that catch so many projects out. Planning permission relates to how a development affects its surroundings, the impact on neighbors, the local area, and the environment. It considers things like the size, position, and appearance of a building, not the technical detail of how it's constructed. You'll typically need planning permission for new build houses, large extensions that exceed permitted development limits, changes of use, e.g. converting a barn into a home, development in conservation areas or affecting listed buildings, loft conversions or extensions that alter the roofline, significantly permitted development rights. Many smaller projects, such as single-story rear extensions within set size limits, fall under permitted development (PD) rights, meaning full planning permission isn't required. However, PD rights vary by property type and location, and can be restricted or removed entirely in some areas, known as an Article 4 direction. It's always worth checking with your local planning authority or applying for a lawful development certificate for confirmation in writing. 1. Pre-application advice, optional but recommended. Get informal feedback from the council before submitting. 2. Submit the application with drawings, a site plan, and supporting documents. 3. Validation. The council checks the application is complete. 4. Consultation period. Neighbors and relevant bodies can comment, typically 21 days. 5. Decision. Usually within 8 weeks for standard applications, 13 weeks for major developments. If refused, you can appeal or submit a revised application addressing the council's concerns. Building regulations are entirely separate from planning permission. They set the technical standards a building must meet to be safe, energy efficient, and structurally sound, regardless of whether planning permission was needed for the project. Building regulations cover areas including structural stability, fire safety and means of escape, thermal insulation and energy efficiency, ventilation and moisture control, drainage and sanitation, electrical safety, accessibility. Almost all building work needs building regulations approval, even projects that don't need planning permission. This includes most extensions, loft conversions, new build homes, and significant alterations like removing a structural wall or replacing a boiler. Full plans application. Detailed plans are submitted and checked before work starts, giving more certainty upfront. Building notice, simpler for straightforward projects, but plans aren't formally checked in advance, so it's riskier if problems arise mid-build. Approval can come from the local authority, building control department, or an independent, government-approved inspector. Building without the required planning permission can lead to enforcement action, and in some cases, a requirement to undo the work entirely. Building without building regulations sign-off can cause serious problems when selling a property, as buyers' solicitors will ask for completion certificates, and may also affect insurance and mortgage eligibility. The safest approach is to check both requirements before any work begins, even for projects that seem minor. A short conversation with your local planning department or an experienced contractor who manages this process regularly can save significant time, cost, and stress later. At Mica Construction, we handle planning applications and building regulations approval as part of every project we manage, so you're never left guessing what's required. Get in touch to discuss your plans.